Hi, this is a Sanptent radio I got off of Amazon. This is in my 2008 Chevy Colorado. These mounts came with it. I had to notch the top here for the clip for this trim panel. So because otherwise it made it very hard to get it back off because it stuck up and held it up. I bought the wiring adapter that connects to the Chevrolet harness, and then the other end is just loose wires, and then the radio came with a plug that plugs into the radio, and then that end has loose wires because I don't like cutting the original factory harness if I can avoid it. So I connected those two harnesses, and the only problem was that the original radio must not have had a constant power, and so I had to run a power wire from the fuse box. I found I forget which fuse I put it on, but I found one that it wasn't constant power, it was keyed on power, and I needed a keyed on power for the radio to work, because it has to get 12 volts while it's running. I originally hooked it up to the fan down here. There's a keyed on power that goes to the fan, and it worked as long as I kept the fan off on 1 or 2. If I put the fan on 3 or 4, it would draw enough voltage or power amps that the voltage would drop below 12, and then the radio would shut off. And then once you slowed the fan back down, then the radio would come back on. Because this radio comes on as soon as you turn the key on. You can't shut it off. There is a dim function on there, so you can dim it like at night if you don't want the bright. Here, I'll turn the key on. This radio works with my iPhone for CarPlay, and I think it also has Android. Yeah, as soon as you turn the key on, this radio comes up. It's set for radio station right now, but like this is radio tuner. This is CarPlay or autoplay. That's a line in. I suppose if you're hooking up a CD player or something. This has Bluetooth. You can connect with Bluetooth. You can use USB, and then you got audio video in. I normally use the CarPlay. This is the dim button here, and then you can black it out. The only thing is that doesn't work when you're using CarPlay. When you're using CarPlay, the display is bright all the time. You can't dim it. And so lately I've been using Bluetooth, connecting my phone via Bluetooth, because with Bluetooth you can still dim the radio, but otherwise the radio works fine. And I believe it was like $80, and it fit right in the cutout on the dash trim. I didn't have to do any modifications. This does come with a rear view camera. You could put the camera facing any direction you want, but I didn't wire that in. I don't really need a rear view camera. But thanks for watching this video on putting a more modern radio in a 2008 Chevy Colorado.